Hey there guys, what's up? Ragtter here, bringing you a look at the the Night March deck that I used during my tournament video. This deck is really cool, I had a lot of fun with it, I'm still having fun with it, and I got it from the J-Wits, so go check him out, check out his deck. Mine is a bit of a deviation, and I'll explain that on the way. So, the thing with Night March is to discard as many of these guys as possible. Lampent, Pumpkaboo, and Joltik all have the Night March, and we accomplished discarding them with a little ditty called Battle Compressor that got introduced in Phantom Forces, and I use it here to get rid of the Lampents. I don't have any Litwicks in this deck, so the Lampent's purpose is to solely be discarded. I can only find 2 Lampents because there are 2 in my hand, so we toss that and we send it on our merry way. Now, I use Escape Rope here because I want to bring Joltik to the front. If I can get off my double colorless energy, Joltik can attack right away, and once I get these Lampents in the discard pile, courtesy of Professor Juniper, I'll be able to do 100 damage right off the bat. That's how powerful Night March is. Now, he's got a Mew EX on the board, I get my own Mew EX on the board. Mew EX in this deck exists to copy Night March and make it so that I don't have to rely on the 30 HP Joltik or the 60 HP Pumpkaboo in order to get my attacks done. And with no energy to speak of, I decide to end my turn there. Now, my plan of action from this point is to attach the muscle band, to get Flareon out, shrink my hand a bit, and then Colress and try and get just a bit more of card draw. I want to not have no energy. My opponent plays a Ralts, and I know from the preview that my opponent runs a predominantly Psychic deck. Now with the Pokeball, she gets out a Kangaskhan, and she attaches an energy to Mew. She's going to be using that Call for Family to pull out 2 basic Pokemon out of her deck and put them onto the field. So she's looking to reinforce the board a bit, which again, because of my Colress, I'm not too upset about. And I've got a pretty good stock of Night Marchers already in my discard pile. So let's take a look at what we get now. So there's a green energy, and I kind of want to keep that because it's the only energy I've seen so far, but I feel like I could be doing better. So I decide to attach a muscle band to Joltik. I count my Night Marchers again. I'm trying to be very calculative in this game because this is the first game that I played with this Night March deck. So I wanted to be as careful as possible as we moved in. And after some thought, I decide to A-spec away my Ultra Ball and my Lysander, and I got my Battle Compressor back. So we'll Battle Compressor again, we'll toss a couple more Night Marchers. There's 1 Joltik, there's a Pumpkaboo, and there should be the second Joltik. There we go. So that's 3 more, all I need is an energy. I decide to bank, and there we go, it pays off. Colress nets me a double colorless energy, I'm able to play out 2 EVs, I'm able to Battle Compressor away more Pokemon, just making my Night Marchers even stronger than before. I love this deck so much. So I take a quick scout, I see I've got not really very much left in the tank. So we toss Joltik. I'm scanning through, I'm trying to find, like maybe I missed one. And I decide I've tapped out of these, so it's time to toss the rest of the Battle Compressors because I don't need them anymore. So with my deck considerably thinned down, it is time now to March of the Night. But first we're going to play an Eevee and a Bicycle. The Bicycle's going to net me 3 cards, just lovely, and we can play out Mr. Mime. Mr. Mime's purpose in this deck is his ability. He will protect Pokemon on the bench from taking damage due to attacks. He is fantastic, I love having him in this deck, and the death of Mew EX nets me 2 prize cards. So we're starting off pretty strong already. And she brings out Kangaskhan and evolves her Ralts, but doesn't really have anything to attack with yet. That Mew had the only energy she had, I think? And there's a double colorless. So that's not too fun for me. But that is her only energy on the board. Now while my only energy is in the form of this Joltik, I'm not actually too worried about losing it because I do have these 2 in reserve. Now she does a very strange thing here. She goes for Mr. Mime. She Lysanders Mr. Mime to the front of the board, uses her Comet Punch, and then fails to kill. Why you wouldn't immediately go for Joltik when it's such an easy kill? All you need is one coin, one head. One head on your coin flip, and then Joltik is dead. And that's that. I can see her wanting to stall for time, leaving Mr. Mime up here so that she can set up a bit. But while she's setting up, I'm also setting up. And there's Gallade. He's my buddy. You all know I love that card. So she's got that out, but she doesn't have enough to attack with him yet. And in fact, with just that one energy, Gallade's not going to be able to do much damage. So Mr. Mime bites the dust, and that's just too bad. But it's time to give Flareon some action. So I attach a second double colorless energy to my other Flareon. And now, if this one falls, I do have the second one in reserve, which is going to be even stronger as a result. I play Eevee, I decide to end away my hand, and I get a bunch of supporter cards. So that kinda stinks. But a Vengeance from Flareon blows Kangaskhan off the map, and I get a Professor Juniper. So, more supporter cards to discard, yay! Now she plays a Dimension Valley, which is the stadium that I run, but didn't want to play because I didn't want to give her any attacking. Now, Gallade starts its should-be sweep, but she doesn't have enough energy to pull it off. This is going to be a 3-hit KO on my Flareon, unless she can play some more energy, and even then I still have the other one waiting in reserve. So she has left herself pretty open at this point, actually. Depending on how this next turn goes, she could very well have this game out of her hands by now. So, I attach a green energy to Eevee, and that, with its special ability, lets me pull a Leafeon out of my deck, bring it into play. So, I Coal Rest, get rid of my hand, end up with a new Flareon, and an Ultra Ball, and a Hypnotoxic Laser. So, I'm just rolling in Christmas presents right now. I actually decide to retreat into Joltik because I want the kill. I can guarantee with my Night March attack that I secure the KO as opposed to Flareon's Vengeance, and that nets me another Pumpkaboo. So I'm down a double colorless energy, but I still have my other Flareon in the wings. And it is at this point where the game is pretty much won for me. I can KO whatever is brought out with my Joltik, and my Joltik alone. The Sigilyph is immune to the attacks of Pokemon EX, but I'm not using my Mew right now, and the Silver Bangle would make Sigilyph hit harder, but again, I have no intention of bringing Mew out. I don't need it. I don't need it! I've got everything I need with Joltik right here. So I attach some more energy to Leafeon, I bring out the almighty Flareon, and I decide to not Hypnotoxic Laser, I decide to Ultra Ball away my Pumpkaboo, and I forget what else I just discarded. It doesn't matter. Just to make Joltik that much stronger, we barrel through Sigilyph, and now we've got this second Sigilyph out here. It thinks it's tough. It takes out a puny little Joltik. This Joltik just wiped out half your Pokemon. And this presents me with the chance to come in and take a look at its numbers. I see what we're packing, and I decide Flareon is our champion. So, with Flareon out here on the board, I just do a little cleaning up, and we Vengeance away Sigilyph. And that is game. That was my very first game with this Night March deck, and it performed spectacularly. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Have a good one, guys. Take care, and bye-bye.